Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor in Paradise, Mari Pepin predicts redemption for Devin. Week 3 of Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 treated fans to yet another cliffhanger after hinting at one bombshell coupling. ABC's Bachelor Nation is eating up all the drama, even as The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are on hiatus, as the spin-off has already delivered some juicy moments. After Week 2 ended in a cliffhanger after a major bombshell moment between Justin and Susie, Jill started off Week 3 with some humor as she accepted Justin's pity rose. As Bailey, Jeremy, Alex, and Jonathan started having trouble, the golden contestants entered Paradise to get their second chance at love. Fans instantly recognized the group as April Kirkwood, Charles C.K. King, Gary Livingston, Jack Lencioni, Kathy Swartz, Keith Gordon, Kim Boyke, Leslie Fima, Ralph Johnson, and Natasha Hardy. Get all the latest news, entertainment, sport, and lifestyle updates from our dedicated American team. However, they weren't expecting one golden couple to get a little saucy early on. April and Jack shared a kiss in the pool. "If you kiss me, many things can happen," Jack joked in a confessional before divulging there was a little tongue. Meanwhile, April gushed, "It was everything I could have dreamt. I've been a really bad girl." Wells Adams then joked to the cameras, "It's going to be a really sad thing. The first couple to hook up to go to the Boom Boom Room is a golden couple and not one of the young ones. That is crazy." In the last couple of minutes, Jonathan and Jill fought. In a confessional, Jonathan weighed his options until one of the producers asked if April was an option. He seemed to think about it, and a clip of the pair seen talking in private was shown. Jonathan then tells the cameras that age does not discriminate. In the teaser, April is seen stroking Jonathan's abs and mentioning to him that she'd jump his bones. On X, fans couldn't believe it, with one person writing, "I didn't have Jonathan and April on my bingo card." Another penned, "Jonathan better go to that second door on the right, since B's begging to stay." As a third added, "Jonathan, oh my God, I like you. Please don't be weird." Fans seemed to like April with Jack earlier, though, with one saying, "Am I emotional over April and Jack's kiss? Maybe I am." As another added, "Jack and April, I can see it so much." Later on, after admitting during a game that she had sex with someone while her boyfriend was in the other room, Kathy chose Keith to spend some time with in a special room. There were tense games and lots of connecting, but everyone was left wondering about their future in Paradise going into the rose ceremony, going into Week 4. At the beginning of the episode, fans shared their thoughts on the new Golden cast members, with one saying, "I don't care what anyone says, I'm so excited for the Goldens, ah!" Another added, "I take back everything bad I said about this season. Now that the Goldens have arrived, Paradise has truly begun." The Goldens arriving drinks in hand, already flirting with everyone, as they should. While many praised the newcomers' arrival, others weren't as welcoming to it. As a viewer wrote, "The senior citizens on Bachelor in Paradise scare me low-key." Someone else mentioned, "I already hate this so bad. Get the old people
in
off the
Paradise.
beach."
Tension under the sun. The golden sun crept over the horizon, casting a warm glow over the villa. Palm trees swayed lazily, the waves lapping rhythmically against the shore, but the serene scene couldn't hide the undercurrents of tension. Week 3 of Season 10 was notorious for shaking up the delicate dynamics between contestants, and the villa hummed with anticipation. Hannah emerged from her room, hair slightly damp from her morning swim. She inhaled deeply, letting the salty air fill her lungs. Paradise was beautiful, yes, but it was also unpredictable. She glanced toward Mark and Julia, already deep in a quiet conversation by the pool. Their laughter sounded casual, but Hannah sensed a subtle tension in the way their shoulders brushed. Across the villa, Tyler lounged with his usual charm, coffee in hand, eyes darting subtly between the new arrivals. His attention, however, lingered on Ava, whose quiet presence contrasted with the more outgoing personalities in the villa. Week 3 was shaping up to be the kind of week that made or broke relationships, and everyone knew it. The camera zoomed in on the contestants' faces, capturing fleeting expressions, curiosity, doubt, longing, and the faintest flicker of jealousy. For the viewers at home, it was a prelude to what would become one of the most dramatic weeks in Bachelor in Paradise history. New arrivals shaking up the villa. The tranquil morning was interrupted by the sound of the boat horn, signaling the arrival of new contestants. Each appearance of a newcomer promised heartbreak, romance, and chaos, and week 3 did not disappoint. The trio disembarked. Luke, the rugged firefighter whose eyes carried warmth and intensity, immediately drew attention. Bella, a bubbly social media influencer, smiled confidently, her laughter cutting through the tension. Nico, mysterious and smoldering, had a presence that made hearts flutter without a word. The villa reacted instantly. Tyler's gaze found Bella, but Ava, standing slightly apart, noticed Luke first. Their eyes met, and for a brief second, the camera caught what looked like sparks, an unspoken curiosity that hinted at deeper potential connections. Hannah, observing quietly, whispered to Julia, "They're going to change everything. I can feel it. Watch what happens this week." The tension was tangible, a living force that threaded through the villa. The newcomers were more than just physical presence. They were catalysts, and week 3 was proving that Paradise had a way of turning expectations upside down. The challenge: strength, strategy, and chemistry. The weekly challenge began in the sweltering sun. This week's obstacle course tested agility, endurance, and teamwork. The prize: a golden ticket for a private sunset date, the most coveted single-date privilege in Paradise. Mark and Julia paired naturally, showing seamless coordination, but a hint of competition crept in, each subtly gauging the other's strengths. Tyler and Bella paired next, laughter flowing freely as they navigated the course, their chemistry undeniable. Ava, pairing with Nico for strategy, surprised everyone with her competitive edge. The challenge was physically demanding: sand dunes to climb, ropes to swing across, and a water maze at the end. Bella's natural energy allowed her to dominate early, but Ava's calculated moves kept her ahead in key moments. As the sun began to dip, the final moments arrived. Bella and Tyler crossed the finish line first, hands brushing ever so slightly, an electric moment the cameras didn't miss. But in a twist that shocked both contestants and viewers, Luke emerged as the golden ticket winner, his time just enough to secure the coveted privilege. The villa buzzed with whispers. Who would Luke choose? And how would this choice affect existing relationships? The afternoon: strategy and subtle moves. Back at the villa, the contestants regrouped. While some lounged lazily, others strategized. Week 3 was a turning point. Emotions simmered under the heat of the afternoon sun. Hannah approached Julia privately. Mark and Julia seem solid, but that could change if Luke or Tyler plays his cards right, she said, frowning. Julia nodded, tension evident. Friendships were delicate, and week 3 had the potential to turn allies into rivals. Tyler, meanwhile, found a secluded spot near the pool with Ava. "I didn't expect this week to hit me like it has," he admitted. "I thought I had things figured out, but you've shaken me." Ava smiled, subtle but knowing, leaving him unsettled. Luke, the golden ticket holder, spent hours pacing near the beach. Every interaction in the villa weighed on him. Choosing someone for a sunset date wasn't just about attraction, it was strategy. One wrong move could ignite jealousy, alter alliances, and disrupt the villa hierarchy. Even Bella, radiant and bubbly, sensed the looming storm. She knew Tyler's interest might waver with Ava in the mix. She kept her distance, masking concern with charm, waiting for the perfect moment to make her move. As the golden sun dipped below the horizon, Luke approached his chosen date, hearts racing for both contestants and viewers. The tension was thick, palpable. In a twist few anticipated, Luke chose Ava. Bella's playful excitement turned to stunned silence. Tyler, watching from a distance, felt the sting of jealousy and fascination. Luke and Ava strolled along the water's edge, their conversation low and intimate, punctuated by laughter and shy glances. At one point, Ava brushed her hand against Luke, just a fleeting moment, but enough to ignite speculation. The camera lingered, capturing every subtle gesture, every hint of attraction. "I feel like we've known each other longer than we have," Ava whispered. Luke smiled, a mixture of awe and intrigue crossing his face. For viewers, it was a bombshell moment. The subtle hints, the silent chemistry, suggested this pairing could disrupt the villa's delicate balance. Back at the villa, tension rippled like electricity through the air. Bella confided in Tyler, trying to mask disappointment with a playful tone. Julia and Hannah exchanged nervous glances. Week 3 was proving that Paradise was as unpredictable as ever. Evening conversations, secrets, and speculations. As night fell, tiki torches flickered, casting a warm glow on the villa. Whispered conversations filled corners, alliances shifted, and unspoken strategies emerged. Hannah pulled Julia aside. "Watch Tyler and Ava tonight. Something is definitely happening there. And Luke, well, he's playing his cards carefully." Julia nodded, aware that week 3 could set off dominoes that would fall in unexpected ways. Bella sought Tyler, attempting to reconnect. "You okay?" she asked, her voice light. Tyler's attention, however, was distracted, torn between concern for Bella and fascination with Ava. Luke and Ava found a quiet spot, watching the stars. "I think this could be something real," Luke admitted, eyes locked on hers. Ava's subtle nod was a signal. Something deeper was brewing. Across the villa, Nico observed silently, calculating his next moves, while Hannah and Julia speculated in hushed tones about which relationships might survive week 3's emotional upheaval. The bombshell hint, sparks linger. The real bombshell came in a brief, almost imperceptible moment. As Luke and Ava walked along the beach, their hands brushed, but Luke's thumb lingered just a second too long. Ava's smile was subtle, charged with meaning. The camera captured the fleeting interaction, and fans immediately speculated. Was this the start of Paradise's first game-changing coupling? Would Tyler's attention shift, or would jealousy spark new drama? Could Bella win back Tyler's heart, or was this the beginning of a shift in power dynamics? Social media exploded with theories. Clips of the golden ticket date were dissected frame by frame, every glance tester analyzed. Week 3 had not only ended with a bombshell hint, but had set the stage for the entire season to pivot in unexpected directions. Nighttime reflections, unseen tensions. As contestants retired to their rooms, minds raced. Some wrestled with jealousy, others with strategy, and a few with unexpected attraction. Tyler, lying awake, replayed Ava's words over and over. "I didn't expect to feel this way." Her voice echoed in his mind. Could he risk pursuing her, or was Bella still the safer choice? Bella, unable to sleep, stared at the ceiling. She wondered if her playful charm could sway Tyler, or if Ava had permanently captured his attention. Luke and Ava, meanwhile, whispered in the dark, each revelation adding weight to their budding connection. Every word, every laugh, every fleeting touch hinted at something deeper than casual Paradise romance. Teaser for Week 4, Paradise in Flux. The week closed with a tantalizing cliffhanger. Luke and Ava walking hand in hand along the shore, hearts beating fast, silhouetted against the glowing horizon. The voiceover teased, "Next week in Paradise, one choice could change everything. Who will find love and who will lose it?" Contestants braced for the rose ceremony. Alliances were fragile, hearts were exposed, and the villa's dynamics, forever altered by Luke and Ava's connection, promised fireworks. Week 3 had ended with a bombshell hint that would resonate through every episode to come. For viewers, the question remained: who would survive Paradise, and who would be left heartbroken?
The sun rose lazily over the golden sands of the Bachelor in Paradise villa, its rays kissing the turquoise waters that sparkled like diamonds. Season 10 had already begun to stir a whirlwind of emotions, rivalries, and romantic sparks. Week 3 was particularly notorious, the point where the initial excitement of new arrivals met the simmering tension between established couples. Hannah, a fiery yet thoughtful contestant, stretched her arms toward the sky, feeling the warm morning breeze. She glanced over at Mark and Julia, who were quietly whispering near the edge of the pool. Rumors had been swirling about a potential connection forming between Mark and someone new. Already, the whispers had begun to unsettle those who thought they were secure in their budding relationships. Across the villa, Tyler, known for his charming smile and subtle flirtations, was plotting his next move. His eyes lingered on someone unexpected, a newcomer named Ava, whose mysterious aura seemed to captivate him. Week 3 was notorious for shocking twists, and the contestants felt the tension almost physically. The arrival of the newcomers. As the contestants lounged by the pool, the sound of the boat horn reverberated across the bay. The arrival of new contestants always meant potential heartbreak, and Week 3 was no exception. Out stepped a trio of newcomers: Luke, a rugged firefighter with an earnest smile, Bella, a bubbly social media influencer, and Nico, the kind of man whose smoldering looks could stop a conversation mid-sentence. Their arrival sent ripples across the villa, with eyes darting, whispers forming, and alliances subtly shifting. Bella immediately gravitated toward Tyler, her laughter light but captivating. Tyler's charm, however, wasn't easily swayed. He had his eyes on Ava, creating an invisible triangle that could explode at any moment. Meanwhile, Luke's calm demeanor drew attention from multiple women, setting the stage for a week full of tense glances, quiet conversations, and strategic moves. Week 3 challenges heat up. With the morning came the weekly challenge, a beach obstacle course designed to test physical prowess and emotional strategy. The prize, a private sunset date with the Bachelor in Paradise golden ticket, a coveted symbol that promised a one-on-one evening to explore romantic possibilities. Mark teamed up with Julia, their teamwork seamless but slightly competitive. Meanwhile, Tyler found himself paired with Bella, their chemistry undeniable as they raced through sand, water, and ropes. But Ava's quiet determination kept her in the running, her calculated moves drawing the attention of producers and fellow contestants alike. As the sun dipped lower, the challenge reached its climax. Bella and Tyler crossed the finish line first, their hands brushing, sparks flying in a subtle but palpable moment. Yet it was Luke, surprisingly, who earned the golden ticket, much to the shock of everyone. The villa buzzed with speculation. Who would he choose for his sunset date, and how would it shake up existing dynamics? Secrets, tension, and late-night conversations. Night in Paradise brought a different energy. Candles flickered, tiki torches swayed in the breeze, and whispered conversations began under the stars. Secrets emerged, alliances shifted, hearts wavered. Hannah and Julia shared a quiet moment, discussing the newcomers' impact on their existing relationships. "I can feel it," Hannah whispered. "Something big is coming. Someone's going to switch, and it might ruin what we thought we had." Meanwhile, Tyler sought out Ava under the moonlight, their conversation charged with unspoken tension. "I didn't expect to feel this way," he admitted, "but you've completely thrown me off balance." Ava's eyes widened, but she held her composure. "Paradise has a way of doing that," she said, hinting at more drama to come. Luke, the golden ticket holder, paced near the beach, deep in thought. He knew that his choice for the sunset date could set off a chain reaction, potentially upending alliances, friendships, and the delicate balance of relationships in the villa. The sunset date, a bombshell hint emerges. As the sun set in a blaze of oranges and pinks, Luke walked along the beach toward his chosen companion. Heartbeats quickened, cameras caught every moment, and viewers around the world held their breath. In a surprising twist, Luke chose not the obvious fan favorite, Bella, but the quiet and mysterious Ava. The moment was electric, their eyes locked, the waves crashing behind them like nature's applause. Whispered confessions mingled with the scent of the ocean, and for a brief moment, time seemed to stop. "This is unexpected," muttered under his breath as he watched from a distance, a twinge of jealousy and intrigue flickering in his eyes. Julia, equally stunned, tried to mask her emotions. The villa had entered a new dynamic, and Week 3 was proving that Paradise could never be predicted. What caught the attention of contestants and fans alike wasn't just Luke's choice. It was a subtle exchange between Ava and Luke that hinted at a coupling nobody saw coming. A glance, a smile, a phrase whispered into the wind. Something about it made everyone suspect that this pairing could be more than a fleeting connection. It might be a bombshell in the making. Aftermath and suspense.
Later that night, the villa buzzed with speculation. Conversations darted from one end of the lounge to the other. Bella sought comfort in Tyler's presence, though he was clearly distracted by Ava. Julia's whispered warnings reached Hannah, creating tension even among friends. Producers teased that the coming rose ceremony would be one for the ages, hinting that Luke and Ava's connection could disrupt the entire villa hierarchy. As contestants tried to sleep, minds raced with possibilities. Would Luke and Ava solidify their connection? How would Tyler react to Ava being chosen? Could Bella win back Tyler's attention, or would jealousy fuel new drama? And what secrets were yet to be revealed under Paradise's golden sunset? The week ended with a cliffhanger. Viewers were left with one tantalizing shot: Luke and Ava walking hand in hand along a shoreline, eyes locked, hearts racing. The voiceover teased, next week, one choice could change everything. Who will find love and who will lose it? The Bombshell coupling hint. As the credits rolled on week 3, fans dissected every frame. Social media erupted with theories. The most intriguing hint came from a brief, almost imperceptible moment. Luke's hand brushed against Ava's, but his thumb lingered just a second too long. Ava's smile, subtle yet charged, seemed to signal something more profound than a casual connection. Whispered words exchanged under the soft glow of the torches suggested a shared secret, one that could redefine alliances and spark unexpected heartbreaks. Fans speculated endlessly. Was this the start of Paradise's first game-changing coupling of the season? Or was it merely a tease, a dramatic flourish meant to keep everyone guessing? One thing was certain: week 3 had ended with a bombshell hint, and season 10 was only just beginning to unravel. Looking ahead, tension builds. With week 4 looming, contestants prepared for the rose ceremony. Hearts were pounding, alliances potential, and new arrivals on the horizon promised further disruption. Every glance, every touch, every word could shift the delicate balance of power and passion. The villa had become a labyrinth of emotion, where every step mattered and every decision could mean the difference between love and heartbreak. Luke and Ava's connection had set the stage for an unforgettable chapter, one that would leave fans glued to screens, debating, analyzing, and dreaming of what might happen next. One thing was for certain: Paradise had never been this unpredictable, and the bombshell hint from week 3 promised a roller coaster that viewers wouldn't want to miss. Closing scene: Paradise in suspense. The final shot of week 3 lingered on the Golden Beach. Luke and Ava silhouetted against the setting sun, their figures walking into uncertainty, the ocean whispering secrets behind them. The villa lay quiet for now, but in the hearts of the contestants, storms were brewing. The voiceover whispered one last promise to the audience. In Paradise, every choice matters, and this week, one choice has set the stage for a shocker that will change everything. Tune in next week, because no one is safe and no one knows what comes next.